Hello, beloved. This is Restoration Revival Chapel International. And as always, I remain your humble host, the senior prophet, Nile also. And I welcome you to today's word. Remember, this is the journey to salvation. And this is episode 5. And I know you've been following up on our previous messages. God bless you if you're doing it. Please share, like, and comment. And I know you're going to be transformed by the word. Beloved, today is episode 5 and it's titled Until When? If in spite of these two miracles they still will not believe you, and if they refuse to listen to what you say, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the ground. The water will turn into blood. But Moses said, No, Lord, don't send me. I've never been a good speaker, and I haven't become one since you began to speak to me. I am a poor speaker, slow and hesitant. The Lord said to him, Who gives man his mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb? Who gives his sight or makes him blind? It is I, the Lord. Now go, I will help you to speak, and I will tell you what to say. But Moses answered, No, Lord. Please send someone according to Exodus chapter 4, the verses 9 to 13. According to the Good News Translation. Now, isn't it strange that Moses feared being rejected by the people of Israel, but seemed quite fearless in rejecting the God of Israel? I mean, isn't it strangely ironic that the timid Moses, the tongue-tied speaker, when it came to accepting the task of going on a rescue mission, was extremely bold and quite loquacious when it came to giving reasons and excuses why he could not accept the tax? But truth is, Christians of today are no different from Moses of yesterday. We fear witches, yet have absolutely no fear for God or sin. We forget that witches were not the reasons why God, the creator of the world, wiped an entire human race, but sin was. We seem to be quite particular about how our fellow creature sees us, but have a very little regard for how our Creator does. We forget that men will not judge us at the end of the day, but it is God that will. We have room for business, room for pleasure, presidential suits, accommodation for all our trivialities of life, but for Christ the crucified, the one who for the love of us died so we could have life to begin with. He would be glad to even have a manger in our lives to occupy. We always say, The Lord is my shepherd, but we are not ready to do and act like a sheep, yet we feel we ought not want, still demand that He makes us lie down in green pastures. Lead us beside still waters. He should restore our souls and protect us. Though in the valley of the shadows of death we walk. But until when are we going to keep living like this? Until when are we going to see and recognize God for who He really is and give Him the highest seat in our lives? Until when are you going to give acknowledge to Him and give Him the keys to our hearts so He does not stand outside and knock, but will just open, enter, and take charge of our lives? Until when are we going to realize and come to the true understanding of who we are and what the core mandate of our life is? Until when are we going to stop majoring in the minor and minoring in the major, disregarding what's most really essential and celebrating what is actually trivial? If we accept and recognize Him as the Lord and King, then we ought to be His faithful servants and subjects. If He is our loving Father, then we ought to be His obedient children. If He is our shepherd, then we ought to be His sheep. And if we believe He offered His life and died for us, then we ought to die for sin, self, the flesh, and live solely for Christ. Beloved, tell the world the word. Be the word to the world. Intercede for the world, for time is fast running out. Jesus is coming soon.